YouTube, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tim for Credit Kingdom, back again with another video. And today I'm going to be discussing something a little bit different, such as motivation wise, and you know how you can pretty much take your life from one point to the next. And it's all about using these tips and strategies. So yeah, I will be discussing a little bit about personal and business credit as well. So you know, you all are officially, like I said, my YouTube family. So thanks for rocking with me, support. I really appreciate that. So subscribe to the channel, like the channel, even comment on the channel. It really helps the algorithm of the channel grow. And the more I grow, the more you all grow as well. So to hop straight into it, to get into it, I want to talk about affirmations. And if you all don't know, affirmation is pretty much the positive thing that you tell yourself every morning, every day, daily. As you all know, since we was babies, we were programmed to think and do certain things, and we listened to other people, and they put these negative things in our minds, in our heads. So as we grow older, that stuff is in our conscious mind. So we start to believe those things. But vice versa, we are now in control of our own destiny and fate. So if you can start saying your positive affirmations, such as I am successful, I am smart, I am handsome, I am beautiful, you know, things of that nature, and you really start to manifest that, such as when you start telling yourself the positive things, as like, I have an 800 credit score, I have a beautiful, lovely family, and things like that. It starts to, you know, all that positive energy starts to really occur in your life. So once you start doing them things, you start to act on those things, and that's what you become. So it's just all about reprogramming ourselves to think different and do things differently in life. So start doing those things daily. I mean, it's pretty much a lot of affirmation you can say to yourself to reprogram your mind. So start working on that. And another thing I want to tell y'all about, I didn't always have what I have. I was used to be like literally dead broke. My girl used to take care of me. I used to stay in her dorm room. I mean, it was bad. All throughout the 4 years she was in college, I was a college dropout. I never finished. And, you know, I'm still, you know, progressing in life, still moving forward. And, yeah, I used to work job from job, get fired here, get fired there. I could never keep a job back in the day, back then. I just want to tell you all, no matter where you at in life, that's not where you can stay. So you can always move forward and progress in life, depending on your connections and, like I said, the action you take for yourself. And another thing I want to discuss is like how you can literally use your personal credit with your business credit and really, you know, leverage credit in a way that you can never, you know, really be broke again. So I'm gonna share something with you all. I mean, pretty much I'm not telling you all to do anything illegal. I'm just telling you what can work and what can really, you know, set you apart and help you climb up the ladder faster. So if you have your personal credit and you have a pretty good solid score on it with the proper trade lines reporting. So if you don't know about trade lines as an authorized user or primary account, check out my older videos. And so if you have a 720 credit score and you have, you know, credit card that you always paid on time with, you have an auto loan that you currently paying on time or paid off, or even if you have a mortgage, that's one of the highest thing you can have on your credit report. And that'll really, you know, shoot your score up through the roof, because, I mean, it's a big responsibility, asset that you are reliable for to pay for. So, let's say like you do have all those things, right? And you attach, let's just keep it on the personal side for now. So, if you got on the personal side and the credit card company, they can see that you are responsible for paying these things on time, and you can handle large amount of debt like that and always paying their money back. Because you got to think about, creditors love customers and clients who can always pay money back, because, you know, they love to make money off us, especially the interest. So if you had that, then you have a good solid profile, and then you start applying for these, you know, loans and credit cards, and you start getting approved. But once you get approved, you got to watch out for your inquiries. So especially like the hard inquiries. Hard inquiry is just basically like I said, when a lender or creditor go to pull your credit report, and they can really do a hard inquiry by seeing everything on the report, and that'll really take a negative impact. And inquiries can stay on a report for 2 years. So I always remember, when you go and apply for things, do pre-approval first. So it not necessarily mean that you will get approved, but it's a high chance that you will if you do a pre-approval. Especially like they're gonna do a soft inquiry report, which have no effect on your credit. So say like you getting these cars for 20,000, 10,000, right? Or even if you're going to these little loan spots and getting like, 5,000 here, 10,000 here, right? So as long as if you keep your inquiries under 5, you do all this in one day, and you can pretty much rack up, like I said, it all depends on your credit score and the trade lines behind it. You can pretty much rack up 50,000, right? You can go to 5 loan spots in one day. And keep in mind, your credit score has to be A1. So they see that, and they do a hard pull. And just know, the hard pull, the hard inquiry is not gonna hit your credit report right then and there. So you can go to 4 more and say like they each give you 10. So now you just got $50,000. So all in one day. So keep that in mind. But also know that you will be responsible for the debt. That's why you can take that 50,000 and you can just go reinvest that into something like Turo, or Start You, or Airbnb, or go buy an apartment to put a down payment and rent it out. Or you could do a fix and flip. I mean, it's so much things that you can do out here to recoup that money. And say like you do pay the money back, when you do, now they see you responsible for $10,000 from each loan spot. Now, if you go back to them same loan spot, they willing to give you 15, 20,000, even more, because especially if you pay them back in a decent amount of time, preferably, then you're putting yourself in a good situation. And just know, when you do applying for the loan, the inquiry, like I said, it will hit your credit, but anything can be taken off your credit report. So anything, when I say anything, it's all about the strategies and the techniques that you can use. It may take some time, but trust me, it can come up. So say like you got the 50,000, and then you pull your credit report. Now you see the inquiries. You got over 5 inquiries on your credit report. So now, say like if you don't get the inquiries removed, you start to reapply for loans and credit card, you will automatically get denied, because the lenders and credit will actually see that you are desperately searching for credit. So when they see someone that's desperately searching for credit, they automatically reject you, because pretty much based on history, the people who keep applying for credit are the ones that's really trying to screw over the banks and things like that. So that's why they put the limit at 5. So you pretty much, you getting all these lines of credit and loans just to crash out and not pay them back. So that's why you got to be mindful to get those. Once you do, if you ever get the 50,000, get the inquiry removed and rinse and repeat, probably with different lenders and banks and things like that. But like I said, you are responsible for the debt that you do occur. So be mindful that you will have to pay that back. And that's just on a personal side. To get started on a business side, just to say everything, all the situations the same, right? But this time you're doing it on the business side with your LLC, your S Corp, or your C Corp. And pretty much you got an age corporation attached to your new startup LLC. And say like you go to the places that don't PG. So if PG is when you got a personally guarantor, the money and the loan that you are getting for that business. So if you have a 700 plus credit score, if you're applying for things in your business name under your social, they want to pull your social security card number, your social security number. So once they do pull that, if you default on any loans or anything on the business EIN, they can actually report that on your business pay that score and on your personal side. And they also can come and seize all your personal assets as well for your business and the personal side. So if you have a home, anything like that, they can come take that. You have a car, they can come take that. So like I said, the good thing about business things, and they don't have a PG attached to it, there's no such thing as credit utilization. So you don't get penalized for using the credit lines or loans. And also, there's no inquiry, because the EIN, employee identification number, doesn't have inquiry. So you can apply for as many accounts as you want under your business name and not be penalized for it. And so, like I said, if you have a 20,000 credit card and you use 10,000 of it, it's no impact at none whatsoever, because everything always goes back on, the payment and how well you can pay back the money. So, and the earlier you can pay it back. You don't want to pay the money back too fast, but you want to take your time and gradually pay it back at least 10 or 15 days prior to the due date. And that's how you build up the payback score on a business. But like I said, that's a whole nother ball game when you're talking about the business credit and getting business loan. So keep in mind too that on the personal side, you do get way less, because they feel like a personal use, you don't need that much money. So it is a cap on how much money and loans you can get on your personal side. But as a business wise, man, it's no limit. It's no cap on that. So if you're getting a $5,000 credit limit on your personal side, and you go apply on your business side, they give you 10, 15,000. And it's all about, it's a process when you is building up the business, and it's certain strategies that you have to use, a certain account that you must have within a certain amount of time frame. So yeah, if you all can just, just to recap, start saying your affirmation and start manifesting it, and start being around positive things and positive energy. And I am pretty positive that will surely impact how your life goes and daily. So start telling yourself you are successful, you are smart, you have an 800 plus credit score, and tell yourself you are a millionaire. And pretty much you start saying these things, you start to believe in it, it's no longer a fantasy, because you start living the life for real. So, like I said, you all subscribe to the channel, like the channel, and even comment on the channel. I really do appreciate you all. So if you all need any questions or have any concerns, hit me up on my Facebook business page at Credit Kingdom. I'm always willing to, share what I know with you all. So it was a process for me. So like I said, just because you always looking in the rearview, you can't always be looking in the rearview or your mirror. You'll never see where you're going. So keep your head up and, try to stay successful and positive, and stop being so negative. Stop being negative around things or about money and people, because that's the type of energy that you bring into your own life. So just reprogram yourself. And keep in mind that too, like what I mentioned earlier about how you can go to the banks and lenders and get 5,000, 10,000 here. You got to think bigger than that. That's just on your side, just you. Imagine you got 5 or 10 friends. You do the math on that. Down at $250,000 then, or shit, $500,000, half a ticket. So, play it right, play it smart, invest, do your research, don't just blow money. The goal is longevity. So that's what we on. So keep it easy, YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, even comment on the channel. All right.